This is the third in our series of FAQ episodes. This FAQ episode is all about our digital signage products, mainly from Philips, that we compile from all our customers. So stay tuned. So we put together some of the most frequently asked questions about our Philips range of digital signage products, specifically the commercial displays that our customers use for digital signage projects. Moving on to the first question is about the warranty that's covered for Philips and how do you extend the warranty. So the standard range of standard warranty for all the Philips commercial displays is 3 years. So this is longer than your standard consumer screens that you use at home, which usually carry a 1-year warranty. So standard commercial display, 3 years warranty, and for specific projects we can even warranty the product up to 5 years, so that you can get that additional years of safety and comfort for your end clients. This is also at an additional cost to the standard screen price, but it's nominal considering that extra cushion you have in the warranty. So the warranty also covers mainly technical issues with the screen. That could be the LED backlight failing, the LCD panel failing, power issues, cable connector issues, things like that. Those are the common things, but we've had more or less no issues with majority of our screens. So in case of technical problems, how fast is the response? So with regards to the panels, if there is a technical issue with the panel, usually we communicate with the customer. We'd like to get some photos or video of what is the specific technical problem. Sometimes at that first level, we will be able to identify if it is a failure under warranty. And if that is the case, usually in 1 to 2 business days, you get your replacement screen from the stock, subject to availability. And if we cannot identify it at the first level through photos or videos, usually we would ask for a site visit. Either one of our service technicians will come down there with you, or an authorized service center from Philips would send their authorized personnel to come and check the screen for the technical issues. Sometimes they will decide that it is a fixable issue, so it goes to the service center, which could take 3 to 5 working days to fix the issue and then return the fixed screen back to you. So the next question is about video walls and why doesn't it have 100% color matching, and in Philips how much will it match? So this is a general problem with all brands of video wall screens. So with video wall screens, the screens have a LCD panel inside, which actually show you the video content, and these panels are made in huge volumes in many factories and batches. And it turns out that, especially when you have screens with panels from different batches, the color would not match exactly. But this limitation is very specific to when you use all the screens usually with one solid color, mostly white, where you would have see it is noticeable, or you have a certain block solid color as a background. And 99% of the time, or 95% of the time, most people use it for video content or video graphics that are changing consistently. In these cases, it is almost never visible. With Philips, within this, we stock all our products from the same batch, so we supply the video wall screens. You always get it from the same batch. It's always on the box as well, and then you have very little color matching issues, and it can be tweaked a little bit with some color management also, which our team can help you with. Next question. Do video walls support 4K? Yes, they do. Behind me is our Philips 55-inch video wall, which we've assembled and looped through the display ports to show 4K content right now. But it's important to note, every display, most of the commercial display screens, including a single video wall screen, has only full HD capability. So that's 1920 on the horizontal, 1080 on the vertical pixels. So if you want 4K, which is double those pixels, you would have to have 2 by 2 video walls. So 2 screens horizontally, 2 screens vertically, so a total of 4 screens. And then you have capability for playing 4K content. And obviously the bigger you go, you can get up to 8K and so on. And with 4K content, people do ask for it a lot. It usually makes more sense for home use to use 4K content, because only certain movies and TV shows would be even filmed using 4K cameras to support the TV. In most digital signage applications where graphics and informational displays are used, full HD is usually more than enough. But yes, if you need it, you add more screens on video walls and you have 4K. How many inputs and outputs are there in a video wall? So every video wall has a DVI input, HDMI input, and DisplayPort input. So the DisplayPort input is also the input you have to use and loop between your screens if you want 4K capability. Otherwise, if you use the other inputs, you're restricted to Full HD. Important question, how competitive is the pricing compared to other dealers? So with screens, Philips is well known as a high quality brand, a European brand with very competitive prices. And when we compare spec to spec there are products from other brands which might be of a higher spec or a lower spec. So then understandably those higher spec products would be more expensive, or the lower spec product would be lower. So when we find, you have to find say a D-line, for example, which is a 24/7 Full HD screen. It's a very common product. If you compare that to a similar product of a different brand, we can be very competitive. And the same goes with other higher-end models and lower-end models. Multi-touch, what is it? So we have a range of touch screens starting from 10-inch, then 43, and all the way up to 84-inch touch screens. These are 10-point multi-touch capable screens. So that means, like, in certain applications, depending on what content the end user is trying to do, maybe it is a wayfinding where multiple people want, or the programming is in a way that multiple people need to touch the screen, or you want to touch different sections of the screen. It is compatible to allow the user to touch at multiple points at the same time. So that's what multi-touch is. So up to 10 points, that too. So there might be other applications more creative people can come up with, maybe related to games or interactive usage in retail environments that would need that kind of multi-touch capability. And this is also common sometimes even in classroom or boardroom environments where people use it as a information display for presentations. Maybe multiple people will be annotating documents or the content on the screen. So then you need that as well. What kind of OS or operating system is used, and whether it is SoC. SoC is short form for system on chip, which is the industry standard term for does it have a built-in media player or computer. So most of our D lines and many of our other models, including touch, are SoC, which have a built-in media player, which allow you to upload your content management software, like for displaying the graphics or other third-party programs. And the media player, which is on all the Philips products, all the Philips products which have SoC, use the Android OS. So this is great, especially because, as you know, Android is an open platform. You can easily do a lot of custom development for Android platforms, and there are so many third-party applications compatible for Android which you can upload directly onto the screen. So are you distributors of the media player? Yes, we are distributors for the media player. So as I mentioned, some of the screens don't need media players. Some of them need other types of media players. So if you, depending on your use, you might need a very simple media player like an Intel stick, which can be just plugged into the back of a screen. Or when you are doing video walls with up to 4K or higher resolution, you need a more powerful media player with the graphics capabilities. We can supply those along with it as well. Where all do you supply screens? So right now we are authorized distributors for the GCC region, except for Kuwait. We keep stock in KSA, Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, and UAE. And we carry stocks for our clients in these countries, and we supply generally in these areas. But even other areas, you're free to buy it from any of our branches and ship it. So what projects have you done? So we have done a couple of really nice big ones I can remember talk about are like the Vox cinemas or Real cinemas, where you see a lot of the poster panels are all D lines. Some of our clients have done great projects for the government, especially all the Tashil and Tashhil centers in the UAE, which are government buildings for the labor department. These have many of the Philips video wall screens in them. And apart from that, so many of our clients have done so many of the small projects which are very important to us, like the lobby areas of buildings. Some top clients like SAP have used our screens in their lobby areas, public areas. Many restaurants, small restaurants, have used it for the menu panels. So we can give you a more detailed list or sites you'd like to visit also, where you can see it in action if you'd like. And please look at the other videos related to Philips in our channel if you want to see some of the nice projects which have been done. Why is there a big difference in the price of a commercial TV and a consumer TV and a professional display? So big reason is definitely the warranty plays a part in that, and most importantly is how the screen is used. Consumer TVs which are bought for home use are generally rated to run anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. And generally, if you keep running it consistently over longer than that every day, you're going to have issues in the LCD panel. The brightness will reduce, the display might fail completely. And this has to do with the components within the screen not being compatible for the heat created within the screen. So commercial displays are built with better heat sink capabilities, better heat dissipation, high quality LED panels, higher quality boards and components, which will not have issues even if they are run 24/7, 365 days a year. And then there are some screens which are only commercial displays which are meant to run 16 hours, 7 days a week. So those are generally our Q-line products, which are also commercial displays, but you can run them every day for 16 to 18 hours without any issues. So this is one of the main reasons. Obviously the components of the product are what make the price, and commercial displays have much more higher end components which allow it to be used over this for longer periods of time consistently. Which brand of brackets do you provide for thin bezel video walls? So especially, it's a good question, because thin bezel video walls generally are very fragile. When you have the 3.5 millimeter bezel, or we have the 1.8 millimeter, which is the thinner one, these can be fragile, and sometimes depending on the installation, the skill of the installer or site conditions, the screens can get damaged. And especially and they're usually push-pull ones, you don't have a good bracket, it would take a lot of time to install it, and during consistently pushing and pulling it out to put cables or changing the connections, you might damage the screen. So we supply Peerless brackets, which is a great product, an American brand. They make great push-pull brackets, which will drastically improve your installation time for video walls, because you can easily and quickly align it perfectly. And not only that, they will ensure during consistent use of pushing and pulling it out also at installation, you won't have any damages. So Peerless is a product we carry for that, and we have a number of other products as well, depending on the application. If you're planning to use it for a 98-inch screen, you need a different bracket versus say a 32-inch screen. So these are all the main questions, and something interesting I wanted to add also that I came across recently, I thought might be interesting for some of you regarding digital signage. Somebody asked, with all these new developments in technology and IoT and cloud-based businesses, what will be the implications for digital signage, and how can it help the digital signage industry? Because a lot of the times we see digital signage mainly in public areas like shopping malls, restaurants, and fashion outlets or cosmetic outlets. I think there's a huge opportunity for business sign makers and system integrators, especially with even to help businesses use digital signage. For example, today, vast majority of companies use some kind of ERP within their company. So if you're selling screws, for example, every day you have a certain stock of screws, there's a sales value, and there's deliveries, logistics, and so on going forth. There could be departments in that company who will benefit from having a visual dashboard in their department to monitor what is happening. So for example, the sales department has a dashboard, how much is the sale every day, how much of the target is reached. It could be very valuable for all the sales team. Or the logistics department, all the data is captured with regards to in their ERP with regards to what are the orders billed, what are needed to be delivered, and custom development can easily be done from an XML database to visually display this information on a screen. So say the logistics department can see what are all the queue orders that need to be sent out. So here, in terms of, and like this, there are going to be databases, companies are collecting so much data every day, and digital signage can have so many benefits to all these companies. So it's all up to, really sign makers to really think in the line of customers, or what could be something that could help them become more efficient and more productive, and suggest these kind of applications, which will help you gain a new customer and also open up new lines of revenue, which compared to the traditional retail or F&B can be more interesting also in the long run. So I hope this was interesting, and we look forward to do more FAQ episodes. So please comment and let me know your feedbacks, or let us know which other episodes we can do FAQ on. Thank you.